Guys, what I'm about to show you is going to make you extremely angry. I've just gone through the entire government gazette on office bearers' salaries, and I'm about to reveal something that's going to shock you. The president currently earns 3.1 million a year, which is 8,400 rand per day. The deputy president is in at 2.9 million a year, or 7,900 rand per day. Premiers earn 2.3 million a year, or 6,300 rand per day. Ministers currently earn 2.1 million a year, or 5,700 rand per day. The opposition leader, which currently is Steenhuisen, earns 1.6 million a year, or 4,300 rand per day. Mayors earn 1.4 million a year, or 3,800 rand per day. The minority leaders, such as Julius Malema, currently earn 1.3 million a year, or 3,500 rand per day. And then if we look at the municipal councillors, they currently earn 630,000 a year, or 1,700 per day. And if you take into consideration that the current minimum working wage per day is 185 rand per day, this is an absolute slap in the face to taxpayers when you consider that most of the government officials are earning more per day than the average person will earn in an entire month. Guys, people need to know where our tax money is going. They need to be educated. So make sure you share this video here on TikTok, share it with your friends and family over WhatsApp, and let's get the word out. I will also be exposing exactly what traditional leaders in the country are earning, and it is going to shock you. If you want to see that video, make sure you click the plus button here on this page to follow me.
I don't know where you think I'll get the strength to speak today. I will not even begin to try and release Zinswa's tapes in this gathering. Thank you, darling. I never knew I meant so much to you. Wow. Deputy President, everybody who is here, because of my age, 80, I'm allowed to say all protocol observed. And I fully associate myself with the Deputy President's acknowledgement of everybody who is here. Thank you, Deputy President. But I had to keep pinching myself to find out whether I'm really still alive. I've never heard of such accolades when a person is still alive, especially a person like me, who always offends one person or other whenever I speak. Thank you, Deputy President. I didn't know you even noticed some of the things you said. And of course, my daughter was bound to say the things that she is saying. How many dollars do you want for your trip back? For all the good things you said here about mommy today. Excellency, Zinzi Mandela, and Nonkosi uzwele indaba. Upumfana, if inkosi yalapha ekhaya, azwele indaba uphi? Uzonda. Nenkosikazi yalapha ekhaya, uMrs. Mandela number 2, uNonzolo. Mandibalekile. I'm honestly not speaking today, Julius. I'm not going to say one word that's going to be discussed in Lutuli House. Deputy President, I'm not going to say a thing about Marigana today. I'm not going to scold you for not seeing me until you sold me to the DA. And you, Patricia, you know the trouble you once put me through in Parliament. One day you storm into Parliament, you don't even get yourself recognized, and you said, I know who are the sellouts in this house. Instead of everybody turning and looking at you, everybody turned and looked at me. And whenever Patricia spoke in Parliament and insulted the ANC, people turned and looked at me exactly the same way they do with Julius. Only problem is that I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm conveniently sick for 2.5 years. Because I don't want you to shout at me and say I must bring anything back. So I'm not going to say anything about you not cartooning my deputy president. And I am sure all the nice things he said today, he qualifies for you to remove the horns on his head. I'm not going to talk about the leadership today. I'm not going to talk about that at all. The weakening rand, and you tell us you know why the rand is weak. I'm not going to say all the things Julia says. And I hope now that you have heard about your mother, you're going to stop shouting and asking people to bring back anything in Parliament. And I hope you were tricking Patricia when you gave her all the metros, the big metros. Because I know you. You didn't mean a word of that, my boy. And I'm just happy to see you sitting next to White Capital today. And for as long as you voted with DA, they'll never bring our country back. So this is a day for that kind of speech today. And Comrade Mbofu, stop defending people against us. We will help to look after your Marikana widows. When I get well, I'm going to lead a campaign for those orphans and widows. That I can assure you of. And you know who's going to support me? Deputy President. He's going to find a budget from the White Capital that is here. If Zonda can bring us the White Capital, he's working with you, are sitting right in front of me. Thank you very much. Please donate to the Marikana widows so that Julius can stop shouting. And honestly, I am not making any speech today. I just want to thank each and every one of you for celebrating this day with me today. And let us hope that we'll have a peaceful parliament. And my Aunt Balega is not going to say, I haven't recognized you, Julius. I haven't recognized you, Mr. Ndlozi. And thank you all for being here today. I'll find an opportunity to make a speech that's going to deal with where Julius got his money from for the party. And I hope you will share that with the ANC, because the ANC is broke. And you know exactly where they get their money from. You said, where did they get their money from, by the way? Because they said they spent a whole whooping billion, what did they say? Yeah, for elections. Yeah, no, just come and ask me my point. Don't start shouting out there, pay back the money, no fool. And that is all. And that is all. I hope to see all of you tomorrow, and there will be an occasion for making a serious speech next time. And you know how I am itching to contribute to the state of the nation, and to tell you where all your money has gone to and who is corrupt and who is not corrupt, according to Julius and Mr. Dalimpofu. They seem to know us more than we know ourselves. Amandla!
Listen to the voice of reason. Lest we forget that we live in a country with no name. South Africa is both direction and location. A GNU, Government of National Uncertainty, a political mix masala, unprecedented, unpredictable. Behold, artificial selective unity, betrayal pandemic has emerged. Government of national U-turn against the will of the people, the unjustifiable marriage. Gambling, government of national unity, manifesto promises broken, voters misled, voters undermined. Government of national untruth, the historical mission dumped, the revolution betrayed, People are politically blindfolded. People are politically hypnotized. People's intelligence undermined, the gullible manipulated. People never allow the devil to render space in your minds. People never outsource your thinking capacity, never subscribe to thought control mode. Grumpy government of unforeseeable future, no mandate, no referendum, no vision. Leaders have disconnected themselves from the masses. Leaders have disqualified themselves from reality. Behold, prepaid leaders. Behold, sugar-coated poison. I wish the dead could rise and see what their sacrifice has become. Chris Hani, Joe Kabi, Joe Sulovo, Moses Ukotane, Bram Fisher, Eric Wala, Lalu Chiba, Yusuf Dadu, Peter Mugaba, Ashley Krill, Bani Mulokwane, Begi Mlangeni, Solomon Mahlangu, Robert Sobukwe, Abraham Tiro, Stephen Bantu Biko, Greta Ngapai, Ruth First, Winnie Madikizela Mandela, Krato Kufo, Kukuletu 7, Andres Tatane, Mtinini Mambushi no Kitsisi Machinini. I wish the dead could rise and see what their sacrifice has become. Oliver Reginald Tambo, Walter Sisulu, Nelson Mandela, Wilton Mkwai, Elas Motsoaledi, Raymond Mhlaba, Govan Mbeki, Andrew Mlangeni, Ahmed Katrada, Johnny Makatini, Oscar Mpeta, Archie Kumete, Kenneth Ndlovu. I wish the dead could rise and see what their sacrifice has become. Government of national outburst, government of national usizi lodwa, umbhalo sobondeni, uzenzila kakhalelwa, ukudayisana, ukudonsisana, ukungathembani, ukukhwebhana, ukuxhamazela, ukuxokozela, lafa elihle kakhulu. That was the voice of reason. Reason.
The ANC has been in the government of South Africa for almost 30 years, 3 decades. It has done 4 things. It has collapsed security in South Africa. Criminality is rampant. If you are a South African who live in communities, you will know what I'm talking about. It has failed to improve the quality of public education in South Africa. This gentleman and the lady don't want to take their kids to a township school. forget what they say. It has collapsed public health in South Africa. I can tell you, these gentlemen have medical aid cards in their pockets, and the lady. They don't want to go to Tembisa Hospital when they are sick themselves. The fourth thing, it has brought South Africa to its knees when it comes to a basic thing that is called electricity. They have taken South Africa to the dark ages. That is the ANC.
Guys, what I'm about to show you is going to make you extremely angry. I've just gone through the entire government gazette on office bearers' salaries, and I'm about to reveal something that's going to shock you. The president currently earns 3.1 million a year, which is 8,400 rand per day. The deputy president is in at 2.9 million a year, or 7,900 rand per day. Premiers earn 2.3 million a year, or 6,300 rand per day. Ministers currently earn 2.1 million a year, or 5,700 rand per day. The opposition leader, which currently is Steenhuisen, earns 1.6 million a year, or 4,300 rand per day. Mayors earn 1.4 million a year, or 3,800 rand per day. The minority leaders, such as Julius Malema, currently earn 1.3 million a year, or 3,500 rand per day. And then if we look at the municipal councillors, they currently earn 630,000 a year, or 1,700 per day. And if you take into consideration that the current minimum working wage per day is 185 rand per day, this is an absolute slap in the face to taxpayers when you consider that most of the government officials are earning more per day than the average person will earn in an entire month. Guys, people need to know where our tax money is going. They need to be educated. So make sure you share this video here on TikTok, share it with your friends and family over WhatsApp, and let's get the word out. I will also be exposing exactly what traditional leaders in the country are earning, and it is going to shock you. If you want to see that video, make sure you click the plus button here on this page to follow me.
What I'm going to say here, I may be trampling on some cones, so please pardon me, Premier, and the parliamentarians that are here. All of you know that South Africa, in its position in the world, we are a global player. In Africa, we are the leader in terms of economics and geopolitics. And therefore, we are considered a big brother. No, you cannot be a big brother if you are unable to wield a stick that will make people be afraid. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is he talking about and all that? How many of you will build a beautiful and expensive house and not fence it and protect it? I don't think none of you will do that. Constitutionally, the South African National Defence Force is mandated to protect and defend the country. Now, any home will display its character, its worthiness, by the level of security that it places around it. Now, if we're going to play big brother in Africa, and therefore what we give for the Defence Force should symbolize that. A lot has been said about the South African National Defence Force not being well equipped, not being resourced and all that. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm saying, and I'm appealing to the politicians that are here, that next time you sit down and debate, think whether you are protected or not. Because that grant that you're giving to the people out there, the education of your children and everything else will not materialize if you're not protected. I'm sure many of you know that we are sharing our grants for the poor with people who are not supposed to share the grants. And that is because we are not protected. Our borders are porous. And they're porous because You, the politicians, have decided you want a Mickey Mouse Defense Force. I'm sorry to say that, and by the way, the Adjutant General is here. I'm protected. I'm not making a political speech, by the way.
So residents of Tshwane earlier, we said that we are at Blue Valley Mall. We inspected Pick and Pay, and we said we don't only want to be chasing spaza shops and the small establishments, that the big establishments also have a responsibility to comply. So for those who buy their for those who are buying their baked products from Pick and Pay, this is how it's made. There's a cockroach, and then something. Just look at the dirtiness of this. And this is not even the worst that we have seen here. That the hygiene requirements have been neglected by Pick and Pay at Blue Valley Mall. We are closing down this establishment. We are revoking their license. Please do not buy, in case they open once we leave, do not buy from Pick and Pay Blue Mall until we announce that they are now complying. If not, understand that we'll be buying products.
Councillor Sihle, this is Councillor Sihle Nguse from Ward 60. This ward comprises Siboma New Town, Bramfontein, and other parts of the inner city CBD. Like Britaxi Rank is also under his ward. Councillor Sihle ngibone ubambe umlungu uthi umlungu makaboshwe naye. Wenzeni lo mlungu?
He's the owner.
We own lo mlungu.
He is the owner of the business. What I find strange is immigration has arrested all the black people. They are busy shifting this white man. White man. I came in, I asked, Chief, where are your papers? The man couldn't produce papers, no passport, nothing. He's from Portugal. And then I asked, why are they hesitant to take him to the van? They said, no, they're still working on something. I said, no, it does not work like that. Black, white, if you're a foreigner, you are illegal. That is what I did. Okay. Because remember there's this view that foreigners or illegal immigrants are only black people, even whites. We must be very clear. They are white illegal immigrants. They must also form part of the program of action and be arrested. We're not going to be intimidated by the color of the skin here. We arrest them.
Just tell me, are you saying, I want to zoom, this is Steve's hyper meet. Are you saying almost everyone here is a foreigner, including white people?
Everyone. Not even a single South African. It is so painful that young people are unemployed. The unemployment rate in the country is unacceptable. It has reached a situation where government must anticipate anarchy. But you have a place that has about 50 employees. None of them is a South African. That is utter rubbish. And we must confront them head on. In actual fact, this is no longer a program of government. It is a program of revolutionaries, regardless of their political affiliation. We must do it door to door. We take them out, we move in. We take them out, we move in. Let's forget about politics. That is what I'm saying now.
Ngiyakuzwa Councillor, and ngiyabona lapha yana Councillor, ngiyabona ngathi kuyacleanwa lapha na kwenzakalani, ngibona ngathi there is a rehabilitation of the road. Ngiyabona lapha ngathi amanzi bengasangeni ku storm water trains. Kwenzakalani, ngibona ngathi kubhizi inner city. Awusichazele kabanzi.
Look, we have a program of action of inner city rejuvenation and we can't be apologetic. We must be decisive. We have called those who are always sleeping at work from GRA to come and do what they are supposed to do. They pass this thing every day. Now we must go and grab them from their offices and tell them to perform their duties. They were just sleeping on duty. In actual fact, we should have charged them, all of them. When we come across a pothole, you charge a manager from GRA. When you come across a street light that is not working, you charge a manager from City Power. When you come across a burst pipe, you charge a manager from Joburg Court. Leave councillors alone. We are tired of being a scapegoat of incompetent people.
Ayisibambile ina sithi manje asisho ke abantu abaningi bathi thina singamakhansela bathi asiyazi ukuthi lento eniyenzayo niyenza namhlanje kusasa ngeke nisaqhubeka. Utshela umphakathi ukuthi singamakhansela walana ina city lento lesizoyiphusha kuze kube nini.
Now let's go and call public meetings and tell South Africans to come in numbers. They must forget about their political subscription. They must make sure that they join the revolution, join hands with councillors. And then this is achievable. We must have relationship with the Home Affairs and other law enforcement agencies. All of us. It can't be a back of a council. People can't sit at home unemployed and complain. Yet you go to KFC, you are served by a man from Portugal, from Zimbabwe, from Mozambique. You come and blame the council. It's a revolution, check this thing. And young people must rise above and embark and start on a revolutionary program.
Okay, right. Manje uthi njengoba silana yaziphi indawo la sizoya khona ukuthi siqine mhlazana sesiqedile la in the core of the inner city.
We can't live in a city where we've done nothing. We are 0.00. A lot. We must spend the entire month in the inner city. The entire month in the inner city. We must be here as per the program come. We can't live, not anytime soon. Even well-established entities like KFC, they have illegal immigrants, must visit them. ShopRites, same thing. Well-established entities, employers are practicing cheap labor. We must be decisive. We must confront them head-on. Let's not go after those small entities. Everything, let's go after them.
Ehilpro nase Uvele nase Petram sebacabanga ukuthi basindile komachipi.
Hayi abakasindi. Let's create a relationship with immigration. Let's go back. But it's a pilot. It's a pilot project. Precincts by precincts, space by space, up until we get it right. And anyway, what we are doing is not something strange. In African countries, our people are subjected to the very same thing. They are specialized sectors for their citizens. There's nothing wrong with what we are doing. Specialized sectors for South Africans. We are very clear on that one.
Enhleke sikhathela ukutshela ngoRwanda okwamanje siklina eyethu ikhaya.
No, kwamanje sazibamba. We are on the ground.
Aluta continue.
Amandla.
Hey, tada.
So we have just concluded an inspection at Pizza Perfect, as you can see behind us. So when we got here, the manager is an illegal immigrant, has employed illegal immigrants. Whereas, as we thought we've had enough, only to find more were hiding behind the fridge. So we are taking all the illegal immigrants now, and we are closing the shop. But these big brands that are destroying our economy by giving work to illegal immigrants while South Africans are unemployed. We need to take on these big brands. It cannot happen. We just cannot go on as businesses.
Anyone under 75, we want to beg.
Oh, really?
Why must people retire?
Oh my goodness, I love this question!
Lullaby and good night, with pink roses bedight, with lilies o'erspread, is my baby's sweet head. Lay thee down.
We don't want people who are sleeping on the job.